Hello again and welcome to Crime in Music. I'm your host Brian J. Kinsley, and with me as always, Ben Rupel. He is my friend.
I was just saying we're not friends anymore, Brian.
You're so insecure. I love it. I feel like I have the advantage now. Every other Wednesday, Ben and I bring you a true crime podcast about people in and around the music business and their misadventures into law breaking. If you like music history, crime history, murder mystery, and more, check us out wherever you get your podcasts.
You got a fat stack of cards there today, Brian. Everybody better sit down and get comfortable, huh?
This is the last of the handwritten cards.
Oh, is it?
This is the that's why there's so many, because there's like one line on one of them or two words on another. Like, oh, I got to add this and oh, I got to add that.
Yeah,
so.
If you didn't listen to our last podcast, I told everybody about how now Brian's typing out the cards.
We're high tech.
Yeah.
We use computers now.
I mean, he sits there and reads the card and looks at it and he puts it down. It's not just all on the computer screen, so there's some work involved.
Oh, no. You can see some of this stuff on Twitter. There's stacks of me going, "What? I need inspiration to write cards. People help me out." And then other podcast people are like, "You can do it."
You can do it, man.
Thank you.
Oh, so he's got, so you must have kind of wrote this one before Mark Wahlberg.
They're not always in order. That's correct.
I mean, what you write them in order, there doesn't need to be.
No.
Oh, right, yeah.
These are not sequential.
No, it doesn't matter what we did last time.
If you didn't get the Mark Wahlberg episode, then you'll have no clue what happens in this one. It won't make any sense at all.
Yeah, we'll go back and listen to it.
Man, that background music's coming in hot.
Is it?
We're going to tone it down a little bit.
Look at Brian's got buttons and dials and knobs and gears.
Yes.
This is absolutely no different than working at a bike shop, is it, Brian?
It's the same, man. There's just parts and tools and levers and handles and pedals, and you just,
Yeah.
I got some punk sitting across from me, doesn't really want to work that hard.
Hey,
yeah,
I got to turn my hat
thing.
on backwards so I don't hit the mic stand with my brim on my hat.
I wore a brimless hat.
I wore a hat. I actually, a lot of times I'll be at work doing work stuff and then come over here or go to work after or whatever. So I'll be like in not nice clothes, but like a polo shirt with my hair done all up nice and pretty.
Nice.
But today I didn't. I just wore a hat. No, this
I don't
is what
get
I'm
that.
doing today.
Right.
I'm avoiding Christmas shopping.
Ben looks like he's about to go work on his van.
Dude.
That's the van shirt?
This is the shirt I did work in the van on. Yeah.
You can tell.
This is a transmission line came a little loose on the old war wagon, and I had to replace it. And this is the shirt I was wearing.
That's the ether smell that I'm detecting.
Did you? Does it have a smell of transmission fluid on this?
That's good E. No, I don't know. That's a Mr. Burns line. All right, are you ready for something else that you know how to do besides working on the old family truckster?
Yeah.
It's time for Guess the Ghost. Yeah, we're not coming in as hot like we used to. I like that.
All right, so I like that. I always ask Brian before he starts giving me nicknames, do I know this person?
No. I mean, you do, but you're never going to get his name. I'll tell you. Have you ever heard of Russell Tyrone Jones?
Going with a rapper already.
Hey, you nailed that category pretty quick. You are correct.
All right.
You missed it too, guys. Ben immediately went to stroke his beard to think, like, perplexingly.
Now
he's assaulting the mic stand. He's like, who is Russell Tyrone Jones?
All right, hold on. There might be some.
Did you really break something?
No, I knocked that little bracket a little loose, so now okay, we're good.
All right, good.
All right, head this.
No, okay.
Guard.
All
no,
right.
I don't know.
All right, they also call him Osiris. Dirt Dog.
Nope.
Unique Ason.
What?
Unique Ason.
Spell that for me.
Unique, UNIQUE.
Last word I'm
Ason, ASON.
Okay.
I am the unique Ason. Where are we at? Joe Bananas.
Bananas. Joe
Bananas.
No.
No. Dirt McGirt.
I don't know. How
Dirt
many
McGirt.
nicknames does dude got?
I can keep going if you like. No, Dirt McGirt is the last nickname I got.
Any hints on more than just a nickname?
Yes.
Rapper.
He is one of the Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh. Hold on.
Yep. How many Wu-Tang members can Ben name? That is now the game.
Isn't there one?
There's
Scarface wasn't one, was he?
There's 9 of them. No, Scarface is not one of them.
No, I can't. Scarface was one.
Without Ghostface Killer, without Redman, without Jizza RZA, without Method Man, without...
These are all Wu-Tang Clan guys?
Yes.
Weren't they a group that came from all from the same hood?
Oh, we'll get there.
All right. I can't mark a win for this one, can I? Because I
No.
still haven't gotten his name.
You can't. It's Old Dirty Bastard.
ODB?
ODB himself.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Hey,
Why
my brother,
is this funny?
In your driveway. In your driveway.
No.
I'm talking to my brother.
No.
And he referenced ODB.
Nice.
My brother loves this guy.
I am in it, dude. I'm telling you, Nick, this one goes out to you, buddy.
What did we...
Woo.
Oh, he don't listen.
He's going to listen to this one. You're going to send it to him.
How did this get brought up or referenced? I don't remember because we were talking about his buddy, who my brother's in his 30s still. Oh, 39, actually.
Woo.
And his friend, who he graduated high school with, had a freaking heart attack in the hospital for 4 days.
Oh, I was like, is he dead?
That was our conversation as I'm pulling into your neighborhood here. No, he's alive. He got through it.
Well,
and then for some reason, we went to ODB.
I don't want to give any spoilers, but there's a connection, so.
Okay. It was a cocaine?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of maybe the problem that my brother's friend had.
This is very similar to your brother's friend.
Big fat dude. Doesn't do anything. Likes to have a little cocaine every once in a while.
Oh, my God. That's awesome. November 15, 1968. He's born in Fort Greene, Brooklyn, New York City, USA. Fort Greene's Flushing Avenue to the Navy Yard to the north. Named after a Revolutionary War fort built in 1776 under the supervision of General Nathaniel Greene. So, Fort Greene.
This all comes into play later on in the story. So
there'll be a quiz.
Yes, there will be a test.
His parents are Cherry and William Jones.
Cherry?
Cherry was a city employee. She was a 911 dispatcher.
I always found it odd sometimes to hear names. I don't think that maybe was an odd name back in the 50s, 40s, whatever.
Sure.
But I had a girl I worked with. Her name was Barbie. I mean, some people called her Barb, but most of her friends called her Barbie.
That was her name.
Yeah.
Barbie. That's odd.
And I know I don't know her very well, but another girl our age, she's a doctor.
Yeah.
And her husband is a brewer, like for professional for a company.
Sure.
And her name's Barbie.
Interesting.
Yeah. Nice girl. Very nice girl.
I think it's weird when I meet old ladies whose names are like Heather.
Like a modern name?
yeah. I'm like, what? That's weird.
Like
You're an old lady.
Some 85-year-old lady. Like,
right.
Oh, hi. What's your name? My name's Stacy.
Right. I'm like,
what?
It doesn't work. Yeah. I'm no offense. I'm just saying that's just a weird name.
It's Miss Becky over there.
Grandma Heather. I'm like, that's weird.
Grandma Taisha.
Yeah. See, that'll happen.
I don't think that happens.
All right. His dad, William, was a transit worker. And his name officially is Russell Tyrone Jones.
So he worked for the New York City Transit?
Yes.
All right. What did he do for them?
It didn't say. So
I used to work very closely with that group.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Working on the trains?
We sold them a lot of stuff back when I sold things to the train people.
Russ was one of 6 kids. None of his family thought he would end up a musician. He's got an older brother who's kind of an artist, and so they thought he was going to be the one who went that way. But Russ did it, and he was the family clown, and they're like, that's not at all what we expected from Russ.
Well, he liked to be noticed.
Yeah.
He needed the
No,
attention.
just kidding. That's the wrong guy. In the 80s, Russ liked hanging out with his cousins and watching martial arts movies. So,
yeah.
There you go. 1984, his parents split up.
So I'm going to ask, I'm not real familiar with the Wu-Tang Clan. He's part of the Wu-Tang Clan?
We'll get there, yeah.
Okay. I thought they were forever. I'm like, well, they're all about, this is back in the day, when they were, I thought they were all like Japanese or Chinese.
That the guys in the Wu-Tang Clan movies were.
I don't know. Okay, continue.
Yes, we'll get there. I'll tell you all. I'll tell you all of it.
Thick stack of cards.
Yeah, I'll tell you everything,
I got
man.
so many questions.
I know, it's great. All right, so I told you he likes hanging out with his cousins, right? I was like, that's what he did. He hung out with his cousins and watched kung fu movies. I mean, you remember that, right? Saturday morning or Sunday morning.
I didn't like kung fu movies.
But like the kung fu TV show was on with David Carradine, and you're like, oh, and then
I turned the channel.
They'd have Godzilla movies or pro wrestling.
I like
that was a Sunday morning.
the Godzilla movies.
You could watch Laurel and Hardy or the Three Stooges. You know,
probably what was on my dad's TV.
Yeah, so back then these dudes just flipped over to the kung fu movies, and it's like all those old ones where the lips don't line up with the people talking.
They're all dubbed.
Right, they're dubbed movies, and they got that sounds and like all that stuff's all dubbed in. Those were cool. I mean, that was like the cool thing to watch. I
did watch the 2 Kill Bill movies just the other day.
I've never seen those, and I hate Tarantino.
Oh.
He's such a hack. He's such a hack, dude. It's so hacky.
It's an homage, Brian.
Yeah, okay.
He's good. It's good. But you gotta stick up your butt on that guy. So forget
I
about
do.
it. Don't even watch it.
He went to film school and a video store. That's whatever.
So what?
I mean, honestly, we're hacky too. People are like, "You're a hack. You stole Crime and Sports."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Shut up. I get
It's
it.
all comes from vaudeville.
I got permission. No, there's a Vox article out there right now called Quentin Tarantino steals all of his movies, and you can literally watch like the driving scene in whatever. John Travolta's driving in that car and stuff like that.
But
Like the diner scene and all that, and then he pulls it from these old movies in the 50s.
It's reference material.
It's copied. I can show you shot for shot. It's the same thing.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I guess access to resources. I mean, you're right. It's what you have to work with.
He's working within it. He likes.
That's
Yeah.
his medium. All right, fine. All right. People who are actually creative are people like Robert Diggs. And
You're getting digs in here, aren't you?
dig it in there. Come at me, Tarantino. I dare you. I do. I dare you to come at me. I'm fine with that. Robert Diggs and Gary Grace.
So you're throwing down on Tarantino.
I don't even know what the challenge would be to make a better movie. I can't do that. So
I think he just go beat you up.
Oh, I'd fight Tarantino. That's fine. I'll
couldn't
do
make
that.
his face any uglier. That's terrible.
I don't know what side
Now
you're
we're
on
going
now.
after this poor
Right.
guy's looks.
Now we're after Tarantino. There you go. All right, let's go after some other people. Actually, not going to go after. I'm going to tell you about Russ's cousins, Robert and Gary. All right, they lived in different parts of New York City. They're out on Staten Island. Gary and Russ they would travel from Brooklyn. Robert lived out on Staten Island. All right, there's my facts. But they ran the streets. They got into trouble, petty crimes. They're dealing drugs. You know, it harkened back to the Marky Wahlberg episode. They're just out doing it in New York
It's
instead
not
of Boston.
that far away.
Right.
Travel out just in. It's
No, on the train.
a quick little.
Right. The three cousins they form a rap group called Force of the Imperial Master.
So they're definitely into the kung fu.
It's a way of life for them here pretty quick.
Okay.
You'll see there. They're better known as All In Together Now crew because they had a successful tape called All In Together Now.
They had a tape.
Yeah, they put a tape out in New York.
Cool.
That
How
was big.
how old are they?
Oh, geez. They got to be somewhere in the 80s. So the dude's
71, 80.
is 68. So
Oh, 60, yeah.
what are you at? 12, 14, 12.
Okay.
So
They're making that's good. I think that's good for kids to do.
yeah, right. Gary Grace called himself the Genius. That was his rap name. Robert Diggs called himself Prince Rakeem, a.k.a. the Scientist. And Russ called himself the Specialist.
The specialist.
He's the specialist.
All right.
He's very good at these things. Give me my money.
Was it
So did
Winona Ryder in that
So
movie?
did I. The Specialist? I think so. Is that the one where she was way too young and some creepy things happened to the character, not the actress? Like her family dies and some
Maybe,
specialist
yeah.
Marine guy finds her and
No, I think he was like a hitman or something.
she's like 12 or something like that.
yeah. All right. We're probably butchering that.
Yeah. Let me know. They were good though, and they caught some attention, right, on the New York City rap scene. I'm sorry, I forgot their first name. Force of the Imperial Master.
The Force of the Imperial Master.
But everybody just called them the All In Together Now crew because they're like,
All
yeah, your
In
tape's called All In Together Now. You're the crew that made it, so
That's who you are.
That's who you are. You're all in. They never sign a major label, but they get a lot of attention, like I'm saying. Even people like Biz Markie notice them, right?
You
got what I need. Remember Biz Markie and the Juice Crew? So the Juice Crew.
The Juice Crew.
The Juice Crew comes back around. That was in the Vanilla Ice episode, I do believe, because he goes out and signs with the Juice Crew. No, you got to keep these rap guys straight, man. I need help.
I did see just something came over the feed the other day. The Vanilla Ice was on the old Arsenio Hall show back when he was at his peak, and he got into
an argument with
Arsenio Hall. Like Arsenio
like
Hall was kind of like a fucking dick.
Yeah, well, that was before the term cultural appropriation existed, and I think Arsenio's calling him out on his fake street cred.
Oh, well,
so
Flavor Flav was there with him.
Flavor.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's the internet. Look into it.
Arsenio Hall was kind of a dick. I'm like, hey, if you just want to be a dick to somebody, I guess if you got a show, bring him on and be a dick to him. Vanilla Ice kind of stood his ground. I was like, no, man, what are you talking about? You know, he set him straight.
I saw this same thing with David Letterman and Marilyn Manson, where David Letterman's just all snarky and pissy about Marilyn Manson and his whole gimmick.
It's a gimmick.
And he's like, so, do the parents like it when the girls bring you home to meet them and stuff like that? And he's just like, you like the girls, right? And Marilyn Manson's just like, come on, man. Like, all right. No, I do. I like. Well, there's a lot of women who like me and my music. But they're just so. You can just see there's tension right there. I'm like, why have them on your show?
I know.
Like,
That's uncomfortable.
I know you don't book them all, Dave, but I assume you've got to have veto power.
I think Dave had a lot of veto power.
Not that guy.
I like Dave.
I
think
Dave's good.
I mean, I liked Arsenio Hall too back in the day.
Well, people like Robert and Gary back in the day,
Okay.
and so they actually signed different records and they signed different contracts. So they sort of splitting up. Gary signs with Cold Chillin' Records, started by members of the Juice Crew. And Robert signs with Tommy Boy Records, started by members of Tommy Boy. No, I'm kidding. They just called Tommy Boy Records.
Little help here.
They both record and release records.
Tommy likes wingies.
Well, people did not like their records that they recorded. Gary and Robert are dropped by their respective labels pretty quickly.
So they weren't that good.
I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe they weren't produced or pushed as much.
And
I don't know.
It's hard to break into any gig like that in
Oh,
music
dude.
or
Yeah,
movies.
Man. You're
It's
trying
hard,
to make it. All
you
right.
got to get lucky.
Down but not out, the three cousins change their names, refocus, and start to form the Wu-Tang Clan.
They just rebranded.
They did. Side note, Russell marries his girl, Iceline. 1991.
Iceline. Oh, that's Jolene.
It all works. And I couldn't find her maiden name. It just said Iceline Jones, so I don't know if her maiden name was Jones and she married a guy named Jones. But Iceline. That's a badass name. Iceline Jones is sweet, especially if you're a rapper's wife. That's pretty damn cool.
Hey, how many kids are out here? How many people are running around out today with the name only because their parents spelled it wrong on the birth certificate? I'm thinking about that for Iceline.
I've heard that's a thing. What was it supposed to be? Eileen. All right.
Especially, think about it.
Maybe she's got one leg longer than the other. I don't know.
Okay, you just get done going through a very traumatic experience, pushing a kid out a hole.
Oh, sign a
it's
paper.
all about holes.
It's all about holes. Thank you, Ike Turner.
And you're up forever, probably on some drugs now, and the father
ink comes out of a hole.
Is weird. Everything's happening so quick, and they bring you some paperwork. Hey, fill this out.
Sign this.
And I can see some people doing it wrong. Yeah. Iceline.
Honey, how do you spell that? I don't know. He's gone. Just do this. Yeah. There you go. Or like the guys out there like filling out the paper. What do you want it to be? I don't know what you're saying.
I think she said Iceline.
I think it was Iceline.
All right. I'm not going to argue with her now.
Not my name. Not my problem. So speaking of names and problems, Gary becomes Jizza. Robert becomes RZA. And Russ becomes Old Dirty Bastard.
Oh, that makes sense.
It does. It's from the 1980s martial arts movie Old Dirty and the Bastard, a.k.a. an old Kung Fu master starring Yin Si Tien.
Yin Si Tien.
Very good.
Oh, I would love to get some Asian cuisine tonight.
Chinese food sounds good.
Dude,
I don't mind
nice
that.
Asian fusion.
What do you guys do for that? There's a brewery around here that's Asian fusion.
I
sushi burgers and stuff.
I actually make it.
Oh.
I look things up on the YouTubes and the internet. I'm making food that I've never made before.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And there's a ton of different Asian cuisine that is fun to make. It's a lot of work though too.
Probably.
I mean, my gosh, a lot of prep, a lot of cutting up vegetables and
they like a julienne.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. Speaking of lots of stuff going on, the group got the name from a movie that had a lot of stuff going on. 1983 film Shaolin and the Wu-Tang.
Shaolin.
Also known, a.k.a. as Shaolin versus the Wu-Tang.
My tiger style beat your raven style.
Description: 2 friends from rival schools are turned against one another by a jealous chief who wants to eliminate those whose fighting styles may rival his own.
Your bird's eye style does not even come
Oh,
there's
a cool style. Old, that's the one I remembered, is the guy had the crane style, and the guy had the toad style, and the other guy was like the scorpion, and all this stuff, like the 7 styles or whatever like that
My
is.
dog style beat your cat style.
Wu-Tang Clan 1992, RZA, Jizza, ODB, and they get together with Ghostface Killer, guy named Dennis Coles, and they form the hip-hop group whose ethos would be a blend of, quote, Eastern philosophy, picked up from Kung Fu movies, 5% Nation teachings picked up on the streets of New York, and comic books. Your natural question is?
Are they anything to fuck with?
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. No, you're supposed to go, what the hell are 5% Nation, and why are they teaching it on the streets of New York?
What? 5% Nation?
Yeah, because I told you.
Oh, I thought you said it was 5% of their
Nation?
what they're putting out there was Nation.
No.
What is this?
Wu-Tang
like
is based on Eastern philosophy.
Yeah.
Picked up from Kung Fu movies.
Gotcha.
5% Nation teachings.
Oh, 5% Nation, quote, 5% Nation, unquote. That's a thing.
Correct.
That's a
teachings picked up on the streets of New York, and comic books.
I don't know what 5% Nation is, Brian. Can you enlighten us, please?
5% Nation, Ben, is, I describe them as the Lutherans of Islam. This guy,
the Lutherans of Islam.
Yeah,
okay.
Basically, this dude in 1963 splits off from Islam. He named himself Allah and founded the 5% Nation, a.k.a. the nations of gods and earth. Men are gods, women are earths. It's not a size thing. They reflect the concept that 10% of the people in the world know the truth of existence, and those elites and their agents opt to keep 85% of the world ignorant and under their controlling thumb. So that leaves the remaining 5% are those who know the truth and are determined to enlighten the 85%. And so that's those 5%.
Sounds complicated. I just like to stay in the dark, please.
And comic books.
This like super deep and philosophic, way of thinking. This guy that deviated from his main religion and tried to form his own religion.
Named himself God.
Probably wrote tons of books, had followers, spent decades of thought and trying to begin enlightened and helping people and dedicated his entire life to this idea. And then comic books.
And comic books, too. That's going to influence us just as equally as that, man.
All right.
1993, you got the full Wu-Tang lineup. Are you ready?
Oh, how many are I? Yeah,
keep count.
Well, hold on. Isn't there a thing on Netflix about the Wu-Tang Clan?
It's a Hulu show right now that's going on about them.
Is it good?
I didn't watch it. I stuck to the facts in the newspaper articles.
I kind of would like to.
I'm going to look into it after this.
We used to listen to it when we were young.
It's nothing to fuck with.
Yeah, no, okay.
Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, them, shimmy, yeah.
Dolly, dollar bill, y'all.
Wu-Tang, its full lineup is RZA, GZA, ODB, Method Man, Raekwon, Ghostface Killah, Inspector Deck, U-God, and Master Killa. What you got? 9?
9.
That's the 9 of them.
Okay.
That's what we learned.
I did not know that I know some of those names.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They all, well, in a second, we'll get there. They released their independent single, Protect Your Neck. It's a huge success. It gains Wu-Tang tons of new fans. People are like,
Protect your neck.
These guys are all right. Protect your neck.
This is similar to a lot of these old country songs that I've never really, I don't know the name or,
Oh, yeah.
But you remember the tune.
That's what I've been doing, man. When I write these episodes now, I go to my music player of choice and I type in like ODB and I hit top songs. And then when they go, that's what I start. So I have heard a lot of growly ODB in the last couple of weeks. But
yeah, I knew he's definitely, there's some of these cards got some crimes on them.
Russ is convicted of second-degree assault during an attempted robbery.
Mm-hmm.
So he tried to rob somebody who didn't have any valuables, and then he just beat his ass.
I get that.
I am trying to rob you, and you don't have anything. You got to say that up front, bro.
Cooperate.
You got to...
I did. I told you that from the beginning.
Why you make me treat you this way?
Just a singer.
That's so bad. November 1993, they release a full album. It's called Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers. It receives critical acclaim, and to date, it's regarded as one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, they came out hot.
Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah, because none of them were anything before that album. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
I mean, they were just
you've heard
9
the history.
dudes.
The masters of the Imperial whatever,
yeah.
And then that broke up.
Reading comic books, and
right?
Smoking weed and watching kung fu movies.
I'm surprised they didn't make it sooner. All right, with success of Enter the Wu-Tang, that established the group as creative and influential force in hip-hop in the 90s. They're like, this is the future. These are the dudes that's here now. This helped guys to sign solo contracts. So the group was signed, and then the members are also free to sign individually. Know what I mean?
Yeah, because he did.
Right. And
yeah.
They're starting a whole new thing. So RZA sums up the whole unorthodox business model. RZA says, quote, "We reinvented the way hip-hop was structured, and what I mean is you have a group signed to a label, yet the infrastructure of our deal was like anyone else's. We still could negotiate with any label we wanted. Like Meth went to Def Jam, Ray stayed with Loud, Ghost went to Sony, GZA went to Geffen Records, feel me? And all these labels still put Razor Sharp Records on the credits. So Wu-Tang is a financial movement. So what do you want to diversify your assets?"
No, actually, he's making total sense.
GZA.
I think that's a great way to go about it.
RZA.
Business model for that little music industry.
Oh, dude, that was a great idea.
They brought a big clan in, and they all went different ways.
Right.
But they all kept it centralized as their brand.
Yep. You are correct. 1994, Russ is out back of the club or the studio, right? And he's talking rap with some dudes. He's like, I prefer this style of rap with I like to, and he likes to be weird and stuff and offbeat, right? And so a debate breaks out. And
rap debate.
Not being able to sway Russ with their words, the dudes shoot Russ in the stomach.
Oh, that's not nice.
No, it's not.
In the stomach.
End of that story. Let's see here. We're about ready for a break, but we're gonna go a couple more here. So March 28th, 1995, Russ releases his first solo album. It's called Return to the 36 Chambers, the dirty version.
Ooh.
It had a single, Shimmy Shimmy Y'all. Remember that one?
You
Shimmy,
did it.
Shimmy Y'all, Shimmy Yam, Shimmy Yay.
Yeah,
Give
I
me the
remember
money
it.
so I can take it away. Come on, lines in a welfare office. I feel like that's the wrong song. He also had a collab with Mariah Carey on that one, right?
Oh, that makes
So
sense.
now that album goes platinum, and he's out on there, man. Russ is so popular.
How popular is he, Brian?
I never write jokes for these. I should, right? It's
That's kind of the joke.
I don't even know, right? He's profiled for an MTV biography, right? So what they're doing is they got the cameras and they're following him around like a day in the life of ODB. He takes 2 of his 7 children, loads them into a limo.
Oh, so he's already making tons of kids.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Right. He ends up, I think, at I don't know if it comes back
I don't
around.
want to stereotype here, Brian.
I don't want to spoil it for you, but in the
rappers, how many 7 kids?
end, do you want to know the total at the end?
No.
No?
I want to know how many kids and how many women.
17 kids is what he has at the end.
Holy shit.
Yeah, totally, dude. There's a whole horrible story where...
Oh, my gosh. Everybody, we've already talked. Okay. Oh, that guy right now here at the holiday season.
It's not the holidays, but that's fine.
At the holiday season, this guy's got to be overwhelmed.
Happy New Year. No, well, I don't want to... No spoilers. He's fine. Trust me. Yeah, he's fine. Okay, so he's profiled for an MTV biography. He takes 2 of his 7 kids, loads them into a limo, and where do they go?
McDonald's.
They drive to downtown New York City welfare office, and he cashes his $375 welfare check and gets his food stamps.
That's awesome. That's so blatant.
Having just received a $45,000 advance for his solo album and collecting royalties from Wu-Tang's debut album, because Russ hadn't filed his taxes yet for the year, he was still eligible for assistance.
That's so wrong.
After watching the MTV segment, Russ's caseworker revoked his eligibility.
I bet she did.
The incident was later used to highlight welfare abuses, which led to the 1996 federal welfare reform passed by Bill Clinton.
Well,
thanks a lot, Russ.
Way to fuck it up for everybody, Russell.
Ruined it for everybody, Russell. God. There you go. Right now, we're going to take a little break here. I think it's a good time to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to get to more stories of ODB.
And Bill Clinton.
And we're back.
You don't got to put that clip in there for the 1 second space?
I'm going to actually cut that one up.
Oh, okay. Well, pulling the curtain back here for our audience, I think, Brian.
You like to do that.
Well, there's not an engineering booth over here. You got to hit all the buttons yourself.
I do.
And I want everybody to appreciate that.
Oh, well, all right. I like that.
I
Thanks,
appreciate.
man.
I appreciates you, Brian.
I appreciate you. Yeah, that's why I appreciate you, Ben.
That's why I appreciate you.
That's why.
Miss Katie.
Why don't you take about 20% off of that there, Ben? May 20th, 1997, Russ gets arrested for failure to pay child support for 3 of his kids with his wife, Aislinn. A year's worth of child support for each kid's about $35,000.
That's a lot of dollars.
That's a lot of dollars. June 3rd, 1997, Russ appears on Wu-Tang Clan's second album, Wu-Tang Forever. Their most commercially successful album, songs like Reunited, Triumph, they got nominated for a Grammy as the best rap album.
Yeah, so he's
Killing
making money. But at this point, how many kids he got? 7?
At that point, yes, 7.
I'm not going to be able
Wow.
to unfocus on this fact of how many kids he has. I hope you have it.
I don't have it documented. It's going to be brought up one more time.
Too bad you can just every card we get to whatever point in that timeline, if it matches up with when a kid was born, we could ding.
I wish you should have told me that.
Ding.
I would have done that.
I didn't know what we were doing.
I didn't even think about that with 17
Bing.
kids. Oh, there's another one. I'll try to do that for you, though. All right, so right now we're at 1998. He's got 10 kids, I think. 8 or 10 kids. So I'll do a Ric Flair woo every time a kid is born from the next point out. Here, we'll get.
Well, you don't know that. Just so many woos.
Right, I just got to add a bunch
The
of woos.
Wu-Tang Clan.
The Wu-Tang Clan. Woo! There you go. All right, 1998. Russ pleads guilty to attempted assault on his wife, Iceline.
So he's still with this girl. No, not all of his kids are with the same lady. At this point.
At this point, I believe they are.
Oh, he's got 7 kids with one girl?
I believe so. After this, he's not gonna. So
that's a lot of.
February 1998, Russ is in the studio in between sessions. He's people watching out the big picture window in the front of the studio, right?
Her vagina.
And he sees a little girl, and she gets run over by a 1996 Ford Mustang.
What?
Right. So
this got real weird fast. Why?
Russ and his buddy rush out there to the street, right? And then they organize about 9 or 10 people, like onlookers, to help lift the car off the 4-year-old girl. And they do, hey, come on, everybody.
Yeah.
And then so she's taken to the hospital. She's has 1st and 2nd degree burns. And using a fake name, Russ goes and visits her. And the media saw him, and then they all crowd around him.
That sounds like
they're
he
just
did a
like,
good thing, right?
Yeah, it was, right.
Yeah.
But he's trying to keep it on the down low. Like, I don't want all this media hype, just get good, get healthy little girl. And then see the next night, he's at the 1998 Grammy Awards. They announced Sean Colvin as winner of Song of the Year. Sonny came home, blah, blah, blah. Sonny came home. That Sonny Came Home song. Anyway.
I don't know.
Russ rushed the stage and announced that he recently bought expensive clothes because he thought he was going to win Best Rap Album. They lost to Puffy. And as the audience applauded for him, he took the mic and he said, quote, "Please calm down. The music and everything, it's nice that I went and bought me an outfit today that cost a lot of money today. You know what I mean? Because I figure that Wu-Tang was going to win. I don't know how y'all see it, but when it comes to the children, Wu-Tang is for the children. We teach the children. You know what I mean? Puffy's good, but Wu-Tang's the best. Okay. I want y'all to know that this is ODB, and I love all of you. Peace."
Sounds like it was well thought out. He's really prepared to accept an award that night. You can tell from all the hard words he used.
Yeah, he prepared.
We teach the children what?
It's for Wu-Tang's for the children.
Oh, they're for the children.
We teach children. July 1998, Russ checks himself into the ER at St. John's Hospital in Brooklyn, New York City.
Heart attack?
He was at his apartment, right, with his girlfriend, not Iceline. 2 dudes bust in through the front door with guns out. Sun's out, guns out. They stole jewelry and undisclosed amount of money. Russ was shot 1 time in the back and the arm, but the wounds were superficial, like the bullet entered through his back and then exited through his arm, missing vital organs.
So he got shot twice now.
Yeah, he said, "I woke up, there's a barrel in my face, so I grabbed it and wrestled the guy and ended up getting shot." With no complications, Russ was listed as stable, right, after he gets to ER and all that stuff. Russ checks himself out against doctor's orders and recommendations. As soon as he's listed as stable, they're like, "Oh, you got shot." He's like, "I'm good." And then Brooklyn police have made no arrests in the case, suspecting it was just a random robbery. They're like, we don't know.
Oh, there's no sense in even looking into it then.
We're good. He says he's fine.
Yeah, but you know what? I bet you those dudes that robbed him knew him.
Well, yeah. How else would you pick that apartment?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Like just strong arm, force arm him
robbery
with guns. But the cops are like, nah, he's good. While at Sneaker Stadium, a store in Virginia Beach, Virginia, Russ gets arrested for shoplifting a $50 pair of shoes.
I wonder a lot. We've had different. Who was our girl one? The girl on Disney and the red hair.
Oh yeah, I stuck it. You got me at Mindy McCready, but it's not. It's
she was pawn. Or,
Lohan, Lindsay
yeah,
Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan. Wasn't she stealing stuff too?
She stole a necklace that she
had
forgot
money.
to take off.
I mean,
Yeah. Oh, he had $500 cash in his pocket on him at
they're
the
just
time.
doing it for fun.
I think he might have just forgot. I don't know. Tried him on, walked around. He's a famous guy now, so he's used to just doing whatever he wants.
Yeah, maybe he's just used to people just giving him what he wants.
Well, Russ misses his court date in Virginia.
It's Virginia. Who wants to go back there?
Well, we do this all the time. So they issue a warrant. A few weeks later in Los Angeles, Russ gets arrested for criminal threatening.
What is criminal threatening? I swear to God, if I didn't want to get in trouble, I would do this to you.
I think he might have done it so many times that they're like, dude, that's enough.
Threatening people is too much for you.
Third strike threatening, maybe.
Third strike, yeah. He's a repeat threatener.
Repeat threatener. A couple weeks go by, and Russ gets rearrested for similar charges. So they're like, all right, you've threatened enough people now. We're going to run you in.
You can't even threaten people. You can't even think about threatening people. No even thinking about it.
During a traffic stop, Russ gets arrested for attempted murder and criminal weapons possession.
What?
That case gets dismissed.
Well, what did he do?
Dude, I looked so hard, and it would not tell me what he did. Like, some of these things just, as soon as they're out of the system for whatever, failure to evidence, what are you, bored?
No, I have to yawn sometimes.
Dude, it's hard not to take that personal.
Oh.
The only other person in the room, and you're bored.
I'm bored. No, do something different now. I'll talk to you later, Brian.
I'm going to go. Ben's leaving.
Ben's going to play some video games on his phone.
Well, don't do that. Because, okay, here's a fun fact. This is fun. This one, though, it's not even fun. January 14th, 1999. The New York City Crimes Unit fires 8 shots at Russ after they stopped his car, right? The cops claim that Russ shot at them first, even though there were no shell casings found at the scene except for the cops' shell casings.
How was it? He was shooting at me.
They got concerned because, Russ is cleared by a grand jury in that case. And he insists that the police were scared of his cell phone. He's like, I got a phone in my hand. They're like, gun! I mean, you know cops. Phones are guns.
Okay, so
flashlights
I'm
are
not
guns.
making
Hands
an
are
excuse
guns.
for any cops in bad situations like that.
Dog
but
leashes are guns.
They are so used to being in
Gun!
bad situations, and it just takes one cop. So they're surrounding this guy, right?
Yep.
It takes one cop to pop off.
Right.
Everybody's going boom, 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 boom.
Oh,
boom, boom.
dude, that's.
It happens. It's bad.
I am for order and justice and all that stuff, but yeah, I see a lot of these things where if you're a hammer, like a cop, all you see is nails, like a perp to be taken down. And it's hard to maybe get out of that gear. But you see these cops come running in who have nothing to do with the call that people are on. They're just backup. They come running in, flying knees and elbows and stuff like, and it's like, you don't even know the situation.
Oh, and there's bad ones out there. Don't get me wrong.
I know what you're saying. Like, if he would have done one thing, then one cop's like, oh, he's got a gun. So the other cop hears his buddies call out for help, and he starts shooting down the street in that same direction. Like, that's what you do, I guess.
Cops are given a job that's nearly impossible to do right.
I have my theories about personal liability insurance and non-lethal force, but that's for a whole other podcast.
No, I think cops are given a duty that is nearly impossible to properly do.
You need psychological screening.
And then
the military forces are taught de-escalation. I think you should have de-escalation training in police officers.
Oh, you don't think they do?
Yeah, I don't. I
don't.
Think
100%.
General officers don't take de-escalation training. My martial arts instructor just got through at the academy. No de-escalation training.
I don't know.
As a military,
I would love for our law enforcement officers to tell Brian he might be wrong.
I'll accept that.
I think they take continuous training, not only de-escalation, but many other trainings.
I'm sure they do, but I don't think it's not mandatory to take de-escalation training.
I'm sure the word mandatory would be switched from one area of the country to another, to the sheriffs,
I'm sure it's
to
all
the
different.
state police and everything else.
Right? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe all should be standardized as how we conduct law enforcement throughout the whole friggin' country instead of region by region.
I think everybody should have to carry guns. Everybody from the age of 18 on up has to carry weapons.
Really?
Yeah, I keep it pretty sane around here. If you know everybody's armed, be cool, man. You'll be real cool.
I'm cool, man. You're cool.
I'm cool. Cool.
I've seen how some people drive. I don't know if I want everyone having weaponry.
By the way, I'm not. I'm a little serious about the thought of that, but I'm not really serious, folks.
My brain goes to, would it be better if they were all carrying samurai swords? I mean, is that different? It's the same. The methodology doesn't matter.
Well,
You want to
no,
kill
but,
people, you can kill people.
But if everybody was a gun is the great equalizer.
I mean, people use planes and cars and buses.
We should all just carry hand grenades with a little string attached to your thumb on the pin, like
Everybody's
the Joker on Batman.
got a dead man switch. Wait.
If
it.
you kill somebody, their body is automatically programmed to explode. So you better get a good sniper shot on them.
You might be onto something here, right?
Yeah.
You outlaw guns, but rig everyone with a self-detonation device.
Trademark that. We need that.
We just solved the world's problems. No more violence for anyone. If you touch me, I'll explode and we'll all die.
Yeah. All right.
Wow. I don't, I mean, my brain's rolling through the game here. It's like Highlander. Like, only one. Man.
It's not like Highlander at all. It has nothing to do with a Highlander. All right.
1999, when Highlander came out. Russ writes and records his second studio album. I can't say this word. Please. N-word, please.
Does it rhyme with?
Don't even. It's good. People like it. It hits number 10 on the Billboard 200. It had the single Got Your Money. Remember? Hey, today, baby, I got your money. Don't you worry. I said, hey, baby, I got your money.
Dollar bills, y'all.
There you go. 1999, still Russ gets paid $30,000 to appear on ICP's album, quote, The Amazing Jekyll Brothers. Now, he's completed his tracks in 2 days. His recordings consisted of him, quote, rambling about bitches, and ICP had to re-record and re-edit the track to get some rhymes out of his rambling, and they basically named the song Bitches. So, that's... What'd he say? Them bitches...
Bitches.
All right, we got to change the song up now, guys. It's called Bitches, and that's the loop.
New ideas.
Thanks, Russ.
How much you get paid for that gig?
$30,000.
And who's the idiot in this story?
ICP. They got that Fago money.
Yeah. They got big Fago money over there.
Fago money, they're fine. They're coming up, guys. I swear, ICP episode's coming.
I swear.
As soon as Ben gets the MySpace page done, we're gonna put the ICP episode out. February 1999, Russ gets arrested for driving without a license and guess
drugs.
Being a convicted felon wearing a bulletproof vest.
You can't do that?
He was the first person ever arrested under the new law in California in 1999, where convicted felons cannot possess bulletproof clothing.
I'm a big that's bullshit. That is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, but
nope.
I mean, he can't own a gun.
That's fine. That's fine. If you want to make a convicted felon, make it illegal for them to have firearms, that's fine.
Okay.
But why are you making it illegal for them to protect themselves? Especially in a guy's situation like this, where he's probably got a lot of other bad dudes that he's had history with.
Yes.
Or as we call it in the street, beef.
He's got beef, but mainly with police.
I mean, so what? Wear a bulletproof vest.
No, you can't do that, man.
If he doesn't have a gun.
That gives him an advantage the police don't want him to have.
Wait, if he doesn't have a gun, they don't need to be shooting him.
He's not willing to take that risk, so he is convicted, and he's out on he's arrested, and he's out on $115,000 bail.
California.
The first person ever. He's the first person ever. It's like, man, we'd have picked you up last month. You would have been fine. April 1999, a couple weeks later, he's back in New York City, right? He's out in Queens. He runs a red light, and he gets arrested for possession of crack cocaine and trafficking.
Trafficking?
When he was arrested, he had marijuana and 20 vials of crack cocaine in his possession.
Oh, okay. Now, for some reason, I thought human trafficking.
No.
Just
cocaine
drug trafficking.
Drug trafficking. He gets 3 years probation and 1 year in a drug rehab facility.
He had to spend the whole time there?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well,
they don't have any drugs in there.
Foreshadowing. Very good call, Ben. October 2000, with 2 months to go, Russ escapes from Impact House, a residential drug rehab facility.
And when asked why he left, he goes, I want some drugs.
There's no drugs.
Zero drugs.
So while he's out on the run, Russ meets with RZA. He spends some time in the studio. They record some things.
A little break there while running.
Yep.
He stopped, recorded an album, kept right on running.
Oh, it gets better. November 21st, 2000, Wu-Tang releases their third album, The W. Russ appears on stage at the Hammerstein Ballroom during the release party. Here's the tricky part, is that he was on stage, but there's like 50 to 100 cops outside working security for the event. He's a wanted fugitive.
I feel like I've seen this before.
So he's seen on stage drinking from a huge bottle, just having a good old time up there at the release party.
So he knows he's getting arrested, probably.
Late November 2000, while still a fugitive from justice.
Oh, he didn't get arrested?
No, dude, he snuck out the back.
Was there a trapdoor in the stage?
Something like that. While still a fugitive from justice, he stops at a McDonald's in South Philadelphia. He's like, I want to get some food, so I'm going to go to a McDonald's.
I would have went to a Popeyes.
He starts signing autographs, though. People are like, ODB, oh, shit, right? And he draws a crowd, right?
I don't think he's one of the rappers I could recognize. I mean, I'm probably not the guy that should be. I've listened to my fair share of that stuff.
So I don't know if that's for you, but
well,
yeah,
that's fine.
it's for everybody.
But I can't picture ODB in my head.
Big gold teeth, kind of the Coolio hair, like the braids all sticking out wild.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, he draws his crowd, right? Because he's signing all these autographs, and they're like, "Oh, it's ODB at a McDonald's," you know. And the cops arrest him. They're like, "What's all this crowd?" "Oh, that's ODB. He's wanted. We should pick him up."
No, I was only saying I couldn't recognize it because there's some people that I've said I could recognize them. People disagree with me that all the time. Oh, you wouldn't. If Eminem just came in and got a food at a restaurant while I was there, I'd recognize him.
Yeah, I don't know. No, you wouldn't. I mean, you're right. I don't know.
I think I would.
All depends.
I think I'd recognize a lot of celebrities.
I
have a knack.
You might be good at. I'm good at voices. I hear celebrities' voices, and I go, "Hey, that's so and so."
See, I can only know that I know the voice.
Right.
I can never put I can't do that. I can't put the name to the voice, the face to the voice.
Not to give it away too much, but I did that on a Mandalorian episode. I'm like, "That's a chick from Harry Potter." And they're like, "What?" And I was like, "Yep." And she was in Game of Thrones. My wife was like, "No." And then IMDb's it. Sure enough.
See, now I can do it when I'm watching somebody. When I see somebody,
yeah,
I got it nailed. And you're talking about the Mandalorian. I was looking at the IMDb of the Mandalorian.
Okay.
And I was like, Nick Nolte? What?
Oh, yeah. He's the Ugnaught.
Well, he's not dressed up as him. That's CGI. The voice is his.
I feel like it's a guy in a suit, to be honest with you.
Whatever.
Maybe it's a combination.
It's his voice.
Yeah.
I could not pick that out.
I didn't either until it went back, and it did. And then Bill Burr, of all reasons, any podcast people in Joe Rogan experience, Bill Burr is.
I know. No,
like,
when Bill Burr came on when that episode came out, I'm like,
good.
That is not Bill Burr.
Yep.
It's motherfucking Bill Burr.
It's perfect for his
Bill Burr.
Like attitude and delivery and stuff was great because I love that guy. Hey, what's going on?
Well,
like
I got on IMDb and looked, and he was in a couple things.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's been in. There's another movie. It's escaping me right now, but he was in some other things. I like. He's funny. He'll wear on you quick, but he's funny.
It's a good other sort of style. Yeah, that.
Yeah, it'll wear on you.
Complaining Boston style. Well, other things that wear on you pretty quick. Russ gets 2 to 4 years incarceration in upstate New York at Clinton Correctional Facility, a.k.a. Little Siberia.
Oh, wow.
Tupac did time there.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's really isolated. It's like 380 some miles or something from New York City. It's super far, so no one comes and visits you. It's cold as shit in the wintertime.
Yeah.
I mean, it's upstate New York, man.
The Catskills.
I don't know if they have skills, but cats are up there doing something.
The cats, isn't that where they go skiing or something in the Finger Lakes?
2001, Russ's label Elektra Records decides to release a greatest hits album, even though he's got 2 albums. But they wanted to end their contractual obligations with him because now he's in jail and getting in trouble.
Oh, they were
stuff.
Just putting out one more album to get one more album
right.
out?
And they give him a boost with all the publicity from all the legal issues. They're like, Jay, you like ODB, huh? Check out this greatest hits album.
So why was he in jail? What was his...
He was a fugitive from justice.
For thinking bad thoughts about people.
No, I think
was it just a pile-up culmination, bunch of things?
Oh, God.
Beat some people up.
Yeah, right. I was like...
Killed a fly,
No, this is the possession of crack cocaine and the drug trafficking. The 20 vials of crack.
He's supposed to get 2 years?
2 to 4.
Okay.
Right. All right. So basically, he gets his big boost from the record company. In 2002, 3D Records releases The Trials and Tribulations of Russell Jones.
I also think not only giving everybody a gun is a good idea. Drugs. I think drugs, 100%. No holds barred.
Just everything's legal.
Should be legal. Not only legal, given away for free.
Just straight up.
Take away all that bullshit with the getting of the drugs. Give them all away for free.
Like Spain. Argentina.
Let's just let the people who need a lot of drugs do a lot of drugs.
Like
and
Morocco,
it'll go-
all decriminalized drugs or something like that, and their crime rates all dropped significantly.
Right. Let's just give away as many drugs as we can. I don't want to take the drugs. I think pretty quick we'll learn as a society that drugs are bad.
I would say so.
And not all drugs are equal.
People aren't willing to do the learning curve anymore. That just sort of crystallized in my head. You know, like, oh, there's going to be a group of people who are going to have to suffer through this. And nowadays people, to learn. And people go, no, I don't want them suffering. Like, so we don't get to learn? Nope. Okay. Like, we're just totally stagnant at that point.
My parents let me touch the hot wood stove.
Right.
You learn real quick that's hot.
Right.
Yeah. Failure is a great teacher.
Right. My parents were like, blow out this candle. And so I grabbed the glass covering that was covering the candle and picked it up. Burned my hands. Glass conducts heat. I know that. I have never forgotten it.
It's actually a pretty good insulator of heat.
Look, dude.
Continue.
Yes. All right. So he's got this Trials and Tribulations of Russell Jones. They basically just compiled some old tracks. They didn't ask Russ about it because he was in jail.
They don't drive to upstate New York.
Nope, that's way too long. And so they just released that. So while he's in jail, Russ gets assaulted by some other prisoners.
That'll happen in jail.
He suffers a broken leg.
Ugh.
They kicked the shit out of him.
They really beat him up.
When asked what happened, Russ said, quote, I was in a fight. No need to talk about it.
No need to talk about it.
He's not a snitch. I'll give him that, man. I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah. You got to fight.
It's like that with Tight Lips Tony or whatever in The Simpsons. It's like, who hit you? Nothing. Like, who are you working for? I ain't saying nothing. All right. 2003, on the day he's released from prison, Russ signs a deal with Rockefeller Records.
I would be the biggest tattletale.
Well,
he did it.
Takeshi, man, that update episode's coming. He just got 2 years.
Yeah,
he's gonna die in prison.
We can't not have an updated episode on him.
Dude, he's gonna Epstein himself so hard.
Things. So many things are still happening.
Because that's what happened, right? I'm not trying to start this whole Epstein-Clinton thing, but what they just said is we all know Epstein is proof that rich people can take care of their problems, right? And if Takeshi said enough things about enough rappers, they're going to be like, Clinton's did it. I can do this too.
The rich and the poor all have ways to sweep shit under the rug.
I got people in jail who can take out Takeshi in a heartbeat, and the cameras will be broken, and I'm going to go to lunch.
Well, the Epstein thing.
Ignore the screaming.
Here's the thing with that. Before he died, everybody knew he was going to die.
Oh, dude.
We were all talking about
it.
We're like that guy's going to get killed in jail real quick.
Did you see his cellmate?
No,
his cellmate was
was it Hillary Clinton dressed up as a dude? It doesn't take a lot,
but
whatever.
It was the biggest, huge roid freak prisoner you could imagine. Shaved head. He was a bad New York City cop who's like killed people and shit like that, like killed multiple people, and that was his roommate on Suicide Watch.
Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here.
He just killed himself. I don't know. He just strangled himself with his own hands. He
he
strangled himself with my hands. I don't know.
And the thing is that everybody...
I don't want to stop.
If it's true or not, everybody knows it's true.
Billionaires had someone killed. That's what I know from that story.
And nobody cares.
There's nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can do.
How am I supposed to fight a billionaire, Ben? There's nothing I can do.
Apparently, you got to kill him.
How?
Fake his own death in prison. That's how you do it.
Yeah, if they faked his death, and if they Jason Bourne that shit, like faked Epstein's death, and then he comes out secretly later having given a whole affidavit thingy, that would be smart. But he's dead. It just powerful people can do what they want.
Yeah.
That's the lesson, everyone.
Yeah.
Happy New Year. Not that this is New Year. Happy 4th of July, Arbor Day, any of those.
Yeah.
All right.
Flag Day actually here.
Oh, gotcha. Well, okay. ODB's not super powerful. Because when he gets released, he's still on house arrest, and he's got probation, and he's living at his mom's house.
I wouldn't want to live at my mom's house under house arrest.
Getting forced to stay at your mom's house.
Mom, meatloaf. I don't even know what she does up there. What she does up there?
What's she do?
What's she do up there?
Who is that? Who had his mom's get him Pepsi? What was that? There was one of our first episodes where his mom would just serve him Pepsi, and he lived in the basement. Was it Phil Spector?
No, it was a weird dude.
Give me Pepsi.
He just drank Pepsi all day.
Just drank Pepsi all day in his basement. Might have been Captain Beefheart.
Might have been. Yeah, I think it was.
That was the guy. November 13th, 2004. I think he's out of his mom's basement. It's 3:45 p.m.
Uh-oh.
2 days before his 36th birthday. While recording at RZA's New York City studios, Russ collapses.
Oh.
Official cause of death was listed as drug overdose.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Nope. He died.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry now.
Yeah. Witnesses say Russ complained of chest pains earlier that day. An autopsy found a lethal mixture of cocaine and the prescription drug tramadol. It's an opioid
Tramadol.
pain reliever. Similar effects to heroin. He had too much of that mixed in his system. And it's also, tramadol is the preferred drug of terrorist organization Boko Haram.
Oh, is that the one that they give the
Human trafficking.
Yeah.
It all comes around, baby.
Oh, wow. Huh. So he's dead. I didn't know that. I thought he was still alive today.
No. ODB has died.
What year was he die?
2004.
Way to be current current events, Ben.
Yeah, right.
Jeez.
RZA wrote about Russ's death, so this may be all right. This is RZA's words,
Like an epitaph sort of thing.
Kinda. Trust me, the man who became ODB, Asan, Unique, my cousin, he was a scientist and a minor prophet. People may not know this from the outrageous character he played, but ODB was a visionary. But he decayed. He lost that vision from the time they put him in jail to all the drugs. He was doing to all the stress. Yeah, it says he was doing to all the stress he went through with his family. It took away from his ability to see. And this night, he sat there and looked me in the eye and said, RZA, I don't understand. Now I know that right there, right when he said that, we lost him. 8 hours later, ODB was gone.
Wow. Well, drugs will do that to you. So will 17 kids, but whatever.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't ding all the 17 kids there, but yeah, he leaves 17 kids ice lean. And they're still trying to get some money because record companies and stuff are still dicking around on who owns what songs. So Ice Lean's like, I got to pay for at least 9 of these kids. How?
17 kids. In a way, I've always thought of, I have my brother-in-law's going on number 6. Got a buddy in town. He's going on number 6, and they're all young kids too. They're all like 10 and under.
What are you trying? What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You first start out the basketball team, then you get a hockey team, then you get a baseball team.
So that's a lot of kids.
What are you trying to do
but
here?
That's all from one lady. I mean, whatever, right? But if you're a dude, you got all this money in the world, you're not really worried about repercussions of having some kids here. You already know you're not going to take care of these kids. Like, be a father to go to baseball games and, sit down with homework at the end of the night and wipe asses and all that stuff. Whatever. Sow your seed, man. Just get it all out there. My genes will go on.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, we got a quote from Russell himself. Quote, look here. More money, more problems, my ass. You a naive cat, you still believe that. Old dirty bastard, everybody. Woo!
Yeah, more money, more problems.
My ass.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, right.
Put me down on his. Oh my gosh, that dog freaked me out. I thought somebody was coming in. Hi,
coming
dog.
through the audio curtain hot.
Hi, dog. All right, ODB. He wasn't.
ODB.
He beat some people up. He got shot a couple times.
Been shot at several times.
He did some drugs. That's bad. Drugs bad.
Drugs are bad.
Okay. But no, he wasn't the worst dude in the world. He wasn't the worst dude in our histories.
No.
Not by a lot.
But I just figured, I liked him because he's making records and songs while he's out on the run, fugitive from justice. Like, where's he at? Nobody can find him. Like, dude, I just heard him on the radio, and he's at the launch party right now. Like,
why can't they catch up with this guy?
Why?
It's like the keys going cops after him.
50 cops outside working security. None of you bothered to look inside?
And the only thing they can hear over the loudspeaker on the car is like,
I don't know. I don't know, Chief. There's 9 dudes in that group. I don't know who he is. I think I saw that guy twice. I don't know.
They all look the same, Chief.
It's the same guy. RZA, Jizza. How am I supposed to? What do we do?
Well,
so,
ODB. I think there's a lot of Wu-Tang Clan folks still out there making music, aren't there?
I believe there are. I think you can pick up some RZA and Jizza and Method Man for sure.
I want to learn a little bit about more of them.
Do you? You're gonna independently
I'll probably look over some of the just general stuff about the Wu-Tang. Listen to the stuff. Didn't know nearly. I didn't know there were 9 of them.
Yeah,
I
well,
thought
you
like
weren't expecting
3.
9, right?
I thought 3.
Sure.
I didn't know those big names with Wu-Tang.
That's
and
the Beastie
I find
Boys.
It very interesting the way they came in as a group and then spread out, but they were always kind of
Financially motivated.
allegiant to
was the
one
plan.
another though a little bit
Yep.
still. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
always.
Call them out cross promos.
It's pretty good.
Cool. All
Well,
right.
if you're a podcast who wants to do a cross promo with us, hit us up at any of the socials, Crime and Music or crimeandmusic.com, crimeandmusic@gmail.com. That's every way to get a hold of us.
Yeah, you got to put the .com on the end, by the way.
If you don't, it won't know.
No, it doesn't know.
You
We
might
have
not,
to say it every time.
You might not need the www, but you do need
HTTP.
S. You want the S now. You want
S.
secure. You want secure browsing, everybody.
Actually, no, we don't want this to be secure. We want everybody to see it. even
Oh
the
my
thieves.
God. Going on the dark web. All right, that wraps it up for another week of Crime in Music. Check us out every other Wednesday where you get your podcast. And like the song says, never trust a big butt and a smile.
Dollar bills, y'all.